Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome! This channel is for Japanese learners of English. Kyomo shadowing no lesson will yat ikimashou. Listen to today's real native conversation. Focus on the rhythm and shadow along. Practice daily to master tango, bunpao, hatsuan, and rhythm. Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Zeiki. Chenaru no Toroku. Wo onegai shimasu. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
So you're planning a trip to Japan and want to know how to get around and what to see? Let's talk about that. What are some things people should know?
Yeah, first off, Japan's a major tourist destination these days, right? It's ranked third globally for travel and tourism. So there are a lot of resources out there.
That's impressive. What's the general scoop on top spots for folks heading to Japan?
Well, when we talk about popular spots, Fushimi Inari Shrine in Kyoto is a big winner, consistently ranking #1 for international tourists.
Wow, Fushimi Inari consistently comes up as #1. I bet there's a reason for that.
Yeah, it's visually striking with all those red torii gates. But there's also a really diverse range of attractions available. You've got ancient temples, vibrant city life, and natural beauty, too. It really depends on what people want to experience, I guess.
So it really is varied. It's not all temples and shrines, it seems. What are some other places people really seem to enjoy?
Sure. Besides Fushimi Inari, some places that get a lot of love include places like Tadaiji Temple in Nara, known for that massive bronze Buddhist statue, and Itsukushima Shrine near Hiroshima with its famous floating torii gate. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, those are all pretty iconic. So it's not just about ancient history, though, right? There's more to Japan than just the historical side?
Exactly. You've also got modern marvels like the Tokyo Skytree for amazing city views, or places like the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum for more reflective experiences. Plus, places like Universal Studios and Disneyland in Japan are also super popular.
Interesting. So how do you usually break this down when you're recommending places to visit?
I like to go by interest. If someone's into history, places like Kyoto or Nara are a must. For city life, Tokyo and Osaka are where it's at. But if people crave nature, places like the Japanese Alps and national parks are amazing.
I get that. And what about the language barrier? Do tourists usually have a hard time getting around and explaining things?
Well, tourist attraction or sightseeing spot is what you'd use in English.
Yeah.
But honestly, you don't have to get hung up on just those terms, right?
Sure, there's always a simple way to explain it, right? So let's talk about that. How can folks navigate these places when they're in Japan?
Yeah, key things to know, like if you're trying to explain where you're going, having some basic Japanese phrases can help, But a lot of tourist spots have English signs too, so it's not too bad.
So having a few common phrases at hand is definitely helpful, I bet.
Yeah, definitely. Things like konnichiwa for hello, arigato for thank you, and sumimasen for excuse me. Plus, being able to ask directions is a big plus.
I see. So what is it about these places that make them so popular, not just for Japanese people, but also international tourists?
Well, each place has its own unique appeal, For example, Kyoto's got its traditional wooden houses and serene gardens, while Tokyo's like this huge, buzzing metropolis with cutting-edge fashion and technology, a real juxtaposition.
True, that makes sense. So you've got all these very different experiences available for anyone going to Japan.
Yes, exactly. And even the smaller, off-the-beaten-path spots often have these incredibly rich histories and cultural significances. It's a very varied experience.
That's fantastic. So what's a good approach for folks who are planning their trip? What would your advice be?
Well, first, research a bit, decide what kind of experience you want, and then plan accordingly. Maybe start with the must-see places, then add some unique local spots based on their interests.
That's a great point. So really customize the trip to what the traveler wants to see?
Yeah, and definitely consider transportation. Japan's got this amazing train system, but you might need to get a Japan Rail Pass if you're planning to travel to different cities.
That's helpful. Any final tips for getting the most out of their travels in Japan?
Sure. Be respectful of the local customs, try the local cuisine, and just be open to new experiences. Also, be ready to use some translation apps. They can be a lifesaver.
Absolutely. And that way they can see more of what Japan has to offer. This was a great overview. Thanks a lot for your insights.
Glad to help. Japan has a lot to offer, so enjoy your trip.
All right, we've finished today's lesson. How did you find it? Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Please let me know your kanso or request in the comments. Zehi, Chenaru no Toroku wo onegai shimasu. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. See you next time. Bye-bye.